we're so glad to have you begin us this morning, whenever you're ready.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego with bare feet? I know that I have, and it really hurts. That question has nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking about today, but now that I have your attention, and most of us are on the same page, I have a better question for you. My question for you is, have you ever started something, and more importantly, did you finish it? In Ecclesiastes 7:8, King Solomon said, "It is better to finish something than to start." Lots of things in life can be easy to finish. It's easy to finish watching your favorite movie, reading a book you're really into, or eating a candy bar. Anybody else?
Yeah.
But other things in life are harder to finish. It's hard to finish homework you don't like. It's hard to finish raising money for a missions trip, and it's really hard to finish running a 5K you haven't trained for, and you're trying to run in jeans and flip-flops. I've done that before. I did not finish well. So what do we do in life when God has called us to do something, but we are tempted to give up or to quit? From little tasks like being responsible for doing our own laundry to big adventures like finishing high school well and going to college, God empowers us to finish. One biblical character who finished really well and whose story can inspire us to finish well was Esther. Esther was a woman in the Bible who God called to become queen so that she could save her people, the Jews, from being destroyed. We can find Esther's story in the book of Esther. I know, crazy guys, just blew your mind. So while you guys are flipping there, I'd like to give you a few really fast, really fun facts. The first fact is that Esther is found near the middle of the Bible and then a little bit behind Psalms. It's inside the Old Testament. It was written between the years 460 and 331 BC. The author is unknown and is one of my personal favorite books because it has a really inspiring story and because my name is in it and I was a guy. I was not a guy. My name was a guy's name in the story. The person who had my name was a guy. I'm a girl. Swear. You stepped on a Lego. Okay. So the first thing that Esther did was listen. Esther listened to Mordecai, who was her cousin, and like an adopted father to Esther. Esther was in a competition to become queen, and Mordecai told her that she needed to protect her identity as a Jew. In Esther 2:10, we read, Esther did not tell anyone about her family or who her people were because Mordecai had told her not to. Now, it was really important that Esther listened because God was speaking through Mordecai. The story actually goes on to say in Esther 4:14 that if Esther had not listened, then somebody else would have taken her place and she would have died because she was called for such a time as this. If we are going to finish too, then we need to listen. We need to listen to God, the Bible, and people who God has placed over us to offer guidance and encouragement. The second thing that Esther did was persevere. Perseverance is described as a continued effort to do or achieve something in despite of difficulties, failures, or opposition. Before Esther went to the king to ask for the lives of her people, she wrote to Mordecai what she was going to do to persevere and told him how he could persevere. In Esther 2:15, we read, Then Esther sent this answer to Mordecai, Go and get all of the Jewish people in Susa together. For my sake fast, do not eat or drink for 3 days, night and day. I and my servant girls will also fast. Then I will go to the king, even though it is against the law, and if I die, I die. So there are two really important parts to be looking at inside this verse. The first part is she was willing to fast and pray. I fasted before, and I know that has to be something really important that you're praying for, something worth persevering for. This was so worth it for Esther that she was willing to risk her life. She said in the end, if I die, I die. In the end of the story, Esther's listening and perseverance both paid off. She not only exposed the Balaam, but also saved all of the Jews from annihilation. I would suggest reading the entire story for yourself. It's only 10 chapters long and one of the shortest books in the Bible, so I bet you can finish it. But I started this sermon by asking you a couple of questions, so that's the way I would like to end. My questions for you are, do you want to finish too? Do you want God's best for your life? Do you want to make an impact on your world? If you do, be inspired by Esther, because our generation was called for such a time as this. Listen and persevere, and God will empower you